Oh shit. Alrighty, hello internet. Wolfman Doom Gaming here, and welcome to me running around in Bloodborne. Okay, yeah, so we got 2 new followers. Well, we got one the other day. I didn't see it until just now. We got another one just a little bit ago too. We got Leswin, uh, that's Hoyan, out of the Elornag, and we got Hydropunk 2019. So cool. We are at 62. Okay. Cool. Can't argue with that. Alrighty. Yeah, so hello. We are playing Bloodborne because why not? I have been more or less just messing around with this. I'm not really playing to like win right now. I'm just playing to just, have fun kind of thing. That's cool though, man. I've got like 2 new followers in the past days. I was just thinking, like, I haven't seen any new followers. Not to sound greedy, mind you. I mean, not to sound greedy at all. It's just, like, I'm glad I can get followers where I can, and I do appreciate it highly. This is awesome. Yeah, the people are like, ow! Don't nibble on me! Get off! Suck! Anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, like I was trying, crap. What was it? Siren. I was trying Siren again. I don't like Siren. Siren is a bad game. Well, I mean, it's a good game, but it's not my kind of game. Let's put it that way. It's all just like escort missions, and there's guys up here. Yeah, it was just like I didn't feel like, yeah, I got past the one mission. I was like, okay, cool, we can finally continue the story, and it's just like, oh, here's another set of missions. Have fun figuring it out. And I was just like, what? So yeah, I didn't overly enjoy it, but it's a free game on PlayStation now. I've always wanted to try Siren because I remember back. This is loud, by the way. It's probably loud, isn't it? I'll turn it down in a second. But back when I was during the PS3, I want to say error because okay, it's already turned down. Like, Siren Blood Curse, I think it was. It had its own world. It was a popular game. I think it was a reimagining or a remake of the original Siren. Okay, I see you. And like, Siren always kind of freaked me out personally. I'm not really into horror games that much, but I think since I've gotten older and more jaded, that fear has kind of left me. Hey, how you doing? Ow! Stop! Stop! That hurts! Stop freaking out, alright? Jeez. And, like, I always saw, Siren Blood Curse, I think. It always looked weird to me. And, like, even, like, playing, like, Silent Hill, like, as a teen, like, I never really thrilled me. And, like I said, I guess being a jaded adult now, you know, I heard that. Where is he? Like, I guess it doesn't really, bother me anymore. And my favorite genre is actually, he's down there. Is psychological horror games. Is he down here? Yeah, he's in the cave. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. My weapon is at risk. I should head back and fix it. I've been playing so long I forgot that weapons break. Okay. So hopefully everybody's being safe out there with all this going around with the coronavirus. I said before, I work in a hospital, so I can't run and hide from it. But like most streamers, if you're recording videos, you know, I'm going to try and be here as long as I can to keep making new content, because the thing, people are going to be bored. People are going to not know what to do, especially if you're in an area that's in a lockdown. I am currently in the U.S. I am in West Virginia. Oddly enough, one of the few places that hasn't been, at least to my knowledge, fully infected yet, or even partially infected. But you know, however you are, you're being safe and you're taking proper precautions and doing what you can to get through this. You know, it's a scary and weird time. I mean, this is, you know, it's not as bad as you think, but don't underplay it either. Because, like, the media is going to show you what is currently hot, what's currently happening. Oh, 50,000 people are dying. They don't tell you how many people are still alive. Oh, there's 129 new cases in New York. I'm not saying that's a thing, but they're not saying out of those 129 how many people aren't infected. Like, they're only focusing on the bad stuff. They aren't looking at the good stuff and what's actually, you know. So don't listen to social media. Like, stay up to date with it, but don't listen to it. You know, and I know there's a lot of there's a lot of streamers and recorders out there that are going to do what they can to keep providing content for you guys. I'll be one of them. I try to make a new video every day. So, you know, hopefully everybody's, you know, safe out there. That's the only thing I can say. Wash your hands. That's the biggest thing. One thing I saw with the hand washing thing is, in the time it would take you to sing happy birthday to yourself, you would play that in your head twice. I've actually done it 3 times where I'll put the soap in my hands and I'll do it, put that once for the soap, make sure it's everywhere, and then twice for washing my hands. Like I said, I work in a hospital, so I cannot take, you know, I could just be like, oh, they're fine, you know. That's what I've been doing. I saw it somewhere and I was like, okay, that makes sense. That works for me, you know. Because personally, I need basic guidelines to follow, basic things that make sense. That I can be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna follow that. Or to like, yeah, I just realized my dehumidifier is on. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. If it sounded weird, that was why. I forgot it was on. So yeah, I mean, don't rely on hand sanitizer, because hand sanitizer that's the thing. It's hand sanitizer is good for killing germs. It's not good for a virus. You know, a virus is an organism, and the only way it can be dealt with is by washing your hands, by washing your body. So use those precautions. Play it safe. Don't do anything stupid. Anyway, that's enough of that. But it's my day off. I have off every weekend. I've been streaming from the PlayStation. I do stream from my computer, but I currently broke it. I forced RAM into a slot. Well, let me restart. So what happened was I bought a nice computer like 3 years ago, and it was Oculus ready, which was really nice. I bought the Oculus Rift, and I was playing it. You know, and it was really cool. After a while, I started experiencing more lag, so I went to buy more RAM to upgrade the RAM. It was at 12, it went up to like 16. When I did that, I guess I bought the wrong RAM, and the computer was using it, but the computer was having some slight issues here and there with like the small things. I dealt with it. Like the computer couldn't go into the normal sleep mode, so I turned that off, and I would use hibernation. So I think too, I learned a lot about computers, about how they work. So for those who don't know, sleep mode, the way sleep mode works is that it creates a temporary save state to your RAM, where hibernation does the same thing, but to the hard drive. They both do the same thing, just at different spots. RAM's better because RAM's a little faster, and it can pick back up just quicker. Hibernation isn't bad, but obviously you're using the hard drive more. And anyways, you know, it's been fine. I haven't really questioned it. You know, I have a few issues, but I worked around them and didn't really think about it. And then I started to notice silly things. Like I remember using like OBS or Streamlabs, and being able to use the overlays. They won't work anymore. Nothing will. I've tried everything. I've tried like things like Muxy or Mooksy, or none of them work. I even had a whole other program, the Game Capture HD, to kill the original Elgato, and I was using that, and even that I couldn't do what they had pre-programmed inside of it. It has a web overlay. That wasn't working. So that's why I was like, something is obviously wrong. So I thought, okay, I'll take the RAM I bought, and I'll just take it out and I'll put the old RAM back in, get the computer back to a working state, and then see what's going on from there. So I took it out, no problem, and went to put the first stick in, and it wouldn't go right. And I was being impatient, and it was hard to kind of see what was going on in there because it was like tight space. And I tried to force it in, it slipped, and it broke everything. It bent the slot for the RAM, and it broke the connector pins. And so, my bad. So now I'm using one stick of RAM. Dude, the one stick of RAM that's at 8 gigabytes. I think it's 8 gigabytes. Well, it's 8. I know that. I mean, so. But the computer is not able to do anything normal now. I can't live stream anymore. I can barely record a video. I can, but if too much happens, like I did it with Mario Maker, and if too much happens, it will just eat the CPU, and the computer just has a conniption. So, oddly enough, I did order a new laptop previous to all this. I wanted the laptop with my computer. So I got my tax refund, and I was like, well, I want a good laptop. It's up to par with my computer. That way I can have, you know, something almost just as good, but mobile. So after a bit of looking around, I went to HP, and I ordered one from there. That will hopefully ship this Friday. Unfortunately, it's delayed. The shipping it out is delayed due to the coronavirus going around, oddly enough. So hopefully it ships out this Friday. The funny thing was, after, like, before that, after I got the email, I learned that HP is a little funky with sending things out on time. They're pretty notorious for not being reliable. So they may build good computers, but personally, I would not suggest ordering from them, especially for, like, waiting half a year for your computer. So I'm like, right now, I can still stream to the PlayStation, so getting it really isn't a huge deal. Like, I want it, don't get me wrong, but if it takes another month to get here, it takes another month to get here. So that's what's happening with that. So, like I said, I'm able to still stream to the PlayStation, which is, you know, better than nothing. I just had to, you know, go through the games I have for PlayStation and buy a couple new ones, and that's what it is. You know, it was a mistake that I made, and I have to deal with the consequences, and I've made do so far. Like, I have a PlayStation now that doesn't release the best games, but still does release games. I get paid pretty good for my job, so I can usually buy new games at least once a week. Like, I just bought one game. I've been playing it on my nightly stream called Indivisible. So, I mean, you know, I made do. You know, and plus, like I said, doing this with everything happening, you know, it gives you guys something to watch. I know my channel isn't the best, but I try. Would you stop? Jeez. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm at 62 followers. I mean, heck, can't argue with that. But I've been trying to stream, you know, every day. I've been trying to do a stream. I uploaded to YouTube. So I'm trying to get my name out 2 different ways. And really, that's about it. Like, I'm trying to do everything I can to do this and to keep making new content and try and keep people entertained. Here's the funny thing too, even if it isn't me, it's like, I said, during these times, there's a lot of real shows are going to be because they can't record due to the virus. You know, real TV shows are like closing up. You know, won't be produced for a while until this blows over. So again, like people like us recording and live streaming, we're going to be on the forefront of making new content for you guys, and it's pretty neat. It's a pretty cool thing to be a part of it. Like I said, I know my content isn't, 5-star, but I try, I try to at least offer good quality. Like I have my own internet, and it's good old Comcast. I can stream at a high quality, well, the highest quality available. That way I can provide something, and keep making content. Cause I enjoy it too. Like this is all a hobby to me. I work a lot, and when I come home from work or I have days off, and I like to just relax, and to do this. Yeah, and I really want to offer. I don't know where I was going with that thought. I just I like doing it, and I know I'm not the best. I know there's people better than me, and that's fine. But hopefully, at least the way I play is different enough for most people that, That's the thing too, I try to make content as real, that makes sense. That's why I like live streaming, because I don't really care to edit. I find it boring. And the live streaming I like it more because you can get content uncut. You can see everything in its entirety. Because personally, I hate jump cuts. Because it's like, I don't know. I personally, I'll be bored, but I'd rather see a full video. A lot of people, just hold on a second. I'm going to refresh my phone. I swear the screen just like blipped out. But like a lot of YouTubers, or maybe like people to stream, well, streamers are a whole other category I can never touch. But most YouTubers make videos that are short. Yeah, maybe up to an hour. Never really past. And I think most of the reason is because sometimes they want to cram everything they can into one video because it gets more views and they're trying to make money. For me, I'd rather have a longer video, with more content. Even if it's not really the best content, it's continual content rather than once in a while content. So that's the other thing too. I try to be my own person, how I live stream, how I record, I don't follow the trends. I don't follow what else does because I want to do my own thing. I want to make my own way. And I want to say, if I do make it big, that I did things the way I wanted to. I played by my own rules, and I made it. Because again, there's a lot of people who make similar videos because they get some money and get some views, and it's like, but you're not being original. You're not doing something different. You're just making the same content in another manner, and I don't want to be that kind of content creator. You know, I rather do things differently. Yeah, and really that's why I try and work on. You know, I want to be something different than most people. So you'll never see me do the same thing as everyone else. At least I hope not. I swear to God, it keeps like blipping out the black. I don't know if it's because if that's being recorded or if that's just Twitch being Twitch. Like, I'm not sure. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I know I'm at the best. I'm not overly interesting. I try to be. I try to offer good commentary. I try to do something. Oh, I'm missing. Oh God! Try to do something different. And you know, if I can, then cool. If not, then you know, what's the doodle? But my biggest thing is to not be a clone. To not. That's the other thing too. If I make it big, like it's one thing I've said. If I make it big, I don't want to let fame drive my content. Because I have seen some big channels change how they are, what they do. But maybe because they matured and they saw themselves and they don't want to be that person anymore. But sometimes I believe it's because of money. You know, they change their content because it's not popular. And I don't know, like, I understand to a point. But that's why I try to do what I want to do. And yeah, I want to make you guys happy and play games that you guys want to see, but I don't want to make myself unhappy in the process. You know? I don't want to play a game that only you guys enjoy and I don't enjoy it. That's why I don't play hype. That's why I don't try to play what's popular, because that falls into the category of doing what everyone else is doing. You know, there's like 10 channels and they're all playing the newest game because it's popular. Yeah, they're going to get views, but then it's like, you know, what's the point? If you're doing what everyone else is doing, then you're not being an individual about it. But it also, it differs. I think if you're trying to show off a new game, not for views, but to explain it or be like, okay, this is the new game. It's really interesting. Like, cool. You should buy it or not buy it based on this and this. But then it's like, you know, where's the line? Because a lot of channels say they do that, and then they give a quick synopsis or like, oh hey, here's a game you probably should or shouldn't buy based on these 5 facts, and then they never actually touch on them. Like, well, I like the fighting, but I don't like the fighting at the same time. So I'm not really sure about that. The text box is a little boring, but at the same time, it's really interesting and diverse. So then it's like, they're they're not really making any good points, they're not making arguments there, they're just like, yes and no. And I've seen videos like that, I've seen videos where it's like, it's just basically clickbait. It's like, oh, hey, this is, this is a new game. And then they ever really touch on anything about it. And it drives me nuts. It really does. One thing I would never do, I would give my 2 cents on something, but I would literally give my 2 cents. If there's a game I don't like, I will tell you why I don't like it. And personally, that's also a thing I do. Like, if I want to stop playing a game, I have to find a reason. I have to find reasons why I don't like it. You can't just be, well, it's boring. Okay, what else? But these are criteria I've made for myself, that I personally follow. So usually when I play a new game, if I don't like it, I'll be like, well, I don't like it because of this, 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 and this. And, that's not going to know it all, but I've played a lot of games. I've been playing, Nintendo games since I was a kid. I've played every new system, and I'm not saying that I'm a know-it-all and you should listen to me. It's just, I've played my fair share of bad games, horrible games, rip-off games, everything imaginable. And again, I'm not saying that my 2 cents is the final thing you should believe, but at the same time, I do feel I know what I'm talking about. Like this game, for example, Bloodborne. Bloodborne's fun because it's a hard game. It's fun to have a little bit of challenge as long as the challenge is possible to do. Then just running around killing things mindlessly is also fun. It's a good game to relax with if you're fairly good at it. I like the gothic look to the world, I like exploring, and these are all things that feed into what I personally like. I like exploration, I like seeing new worlds, and I like going on adventures. So this game feeds into the kinds of games I like. Things I hate, this guy. I mean, obviously it's a Souls game, they're hard, they're known for being hard. That's what makes them interesting, that's what makes them good. I probably started I believe one of the harder in the series, which was Demon Souls. And I enjoy the Soul series. It's a good series. Some are harder than others, some are easier than others. So, I mean... Ow. It all depends on, like, what you're looking for in a game. Like I said, this type of game feeds into what I like. And, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not really a big FPS fan. I'm not. Like, I played, like, Half-Life and Halo, and I've played them, all the way to the completion, so... I don't know, man. But yeah, that I was saying, like, I played a lot of games where I do know what I'm talking about. And I've been around for every fad. I heard the biggest fad that annoyed me the most was good couple years ago. There was a fad where like every game was like balls to the walls hard. Like every game that I used to like all of a sudden got so incredibly hard and annoying. It was just like, what the fuck is this? You know, why did that happen? Because the industry changed and the game developers were listening to a bunch of edgy teenagers that were like, the game's too easy, you want harder games. And then they were like, okay, I'll make them all harder. And then they're all harder. And yeah, then it scared out the more casual players. I'm a more casual player. I can get serious if I have to, but it's not really my cup of tea. I like to have fun and mess around and just play a game for the hell of it. I can get serious if I have to. Don't get me wrong, I have gotten serious. There he is. And another thing I personally follow with gaming is it's hard to play a game when I know it. If that makes sense. And what I mean is, if I, let's say, you know, well, this is different because this game is either. But let's say I was playing The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Let's say, all right, I played it and I beat it. I can't play it again and play it beat it again because, well, I can play it again. The problem is I know everything, which makes it boring. There's no longer excitement to know where things are hidden. So it's like, if I know where everything is, and there's, you know, where's the mystery? It reminds me a lot of like Resident Evil 4. Really, I'm just trying to get souls up where I can. Trying to like get involved in killing low enemies like a lot. That's fine. Okay. It's all ammo. Not really a big gun user. But, you know, I've played a little bit of everything. I mean, let's say right now I'm playing Indivisible. That'll be tonight's stream, probably around 8 o'clock-ish. But it's an RPG. Like, I'm not a huge RPG fan because some games can get really into it. Games like Disgaea, if you ever played Disgaea, like Disgaea gets really into it. And the RPGs here are simple. Like most will be like, oh, if you're fighting a fire enemy, the ice is weak against it, you know, stuff like that. The some get really into it. Kind of sad to hear the freaking chainsaws going off. Like, this really does remind me of like RE4. It just had that feel to it, that village feel. It's kind of funny. Like I said, my first dubs of the Souls series was with Demon Souls. My one friend was like, "Oh, hey, it's this really hard series. You should try out." I'm like, "Okay." And I went to GameStop and bought it, and I got my ass kicked, like, repeatedly. And I eventually, like, got good, but nowhere near enough to, like, make, like, really good headway. And I remember trying to, like, kill the, what was it, the executioner woman. Like, I eventually, you know, got her dealt with. That whole game was weird. And then I tried, Dark Souls. Oh god, it's still working out. Which, you know, that worked out pretty good. I tried one of them. I remember I didn't like it because in order to progress, you had to, like, reset your stats to, like, redo everything, and I was like, well, that's kind of dumb because you're never gonna be stronger because you have to reset everything and try again, and I just thought it was the stupidest thing. I want to say I was the second Dark Souls, I don't remember. You know, and some were a lot harder than others, obviously. Chill. I don't want to kill friendly bird. Gosh, darn it. I killed friendly bird. Oh well. I'm a monster. It's good to see you soon. Yeah, stop. Try to read. Machines get better every time. Messing around in Bloodborne, keep it up. I agree. Custom modes and sub badges for your channel. Check out my link in your Twitch account. Pick. By the way, Bloodborne play was amazing. Okay, I will definitely check that out. Thank you. So that's how you know you're getting popular, when you have random people coming to your chats and offer to sell you stuff. So you know you're making it big. I remember when I first started getting those random messages. Now it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it was the weirdest thing. But I always saw it as that when you get those, you know, that's how you know you're getting up there, when you're getting, you know, people offering you stuff. Get out of here. That's the other thing too. I've always said, like, I right now I host random people. One, that keeps my channel always active. Would you stop? Yeah. But two, I don't mind doing it because, you know, it also helps out other people. And that's the one thing I really, really do want to do is when I get bigger, I want to help out smaller streamers. I don't know how, but I know for me, starting streaming was like one of the harder things I've done. And yeah, there's a lot of communities. They're like, oh, we'll help you out. Join our streaming community. Personally, I don't trust streaming communities. And I don't know why. It's just I don't trust them. They don't seem legit enough to be worthwhile. And I'm sure somebody else feels the same way I do. But I mean, I want to make my own at some point when I'm a little more up there in my views and follows and everything. That'd be a neat thing to have, be able to help out, smaller streamers. I really would want to. I really want to be that person, because to me that would be the next thing to do to help out people. Ow. To where I was at one time. Give me it. Thank you. So this person's like, and they say it's good to see you, like they know me, and I don't know this person. Well, I help sound I-7 index, I-74 index, what? My streams get better every time. I don't know about that. They're giving me a little too much credit there. I mean, one of the biggest things I saw, because I've been looking for, like, as I started streaming, is like a random help. Things to do to help your streams. One of the biggest things I've seen to help me out is to just keep talking. If because if someone comes to your video and you aren't saying anything, they're gonna be bored. If you're just rambling too much, you're bored too, because they're gonna feel like they're a part of anything. There was a couple like wolf thingamajiggies over here that like ripping me apart. But anyways, probably the biggest thing I try and do is just keep talking, because it's like someone said somewhere, it's like talking with yourself. Basically, you just, that's all it is. I already talk to myself a lot because I'm lonely as hell for one, and I'm crazy for two. So if you can talk to yourself, then talking in a stream will come second nature, because it's essentially the same thing. You're just talking and hoping someone listens. And it does get hard, because after a while, my brain starts to run low on information. It's like, what do I say now? I'm running. Oh God. Ow. And then it does get hard, but if you just stick with it. That's the biggest thing with streaming, it's just stick with it. Like I've been streaming, I've started, again, I've been kind of on and off, inconsistent streaming. I've been more consistent this time to really try and build my channel up. But you have to be consistent with it. But something, anything, you just have to keep trying. Because if you don't, then That's what can bring your channel down. I'm not saying you had to upload a video every single day, every single time. But it's just if you stream, try and stream at a certain time. If you know, try to upload at the same time. Just try. Just try. That's all you gotta do is try. The minute you don't try is the minute you start to fail. And yeah, it's been hard. This has taken, well, not a lot of my life, because again, I'm lonely. I don't really have any friends. My friends are always busy. Surprise, well, what me when I'm making it big. But, you know, like, it's just been a challenge for me personally. To a point, like, as I was saying, like, I don't have any friends. And the only reason my few friends want to hang out with me is because my channel's getting bigger and they want to leech on. Personally, is how I see it. And, so I have a personal life, you know, I work and I come home and I stream, you know. That's all I do in my life. And, did this bridge lead somewhere one time? Yeah. That's the biggest thing, you know, it's like if you can stream and record and have a life, but obviously it does help to not have a life because you'll won't worry about balancing anything around. You know, with me, I had to worry about, you know, how to balance. Like me, I don't have to worry about balancing, you know, a love life and friends, and I got work and I got this. That's it. You know, most people have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they're married, they got kids, they have a world to worry about, and I don't have that. So, makes it easier on me to not have to worry about little things. But then, of course, I'm obviously lonely. One of the things I wish I could, let me restart that statement. So my biggest inspiration for recording and streaming was watching the Game Grumps, if you guys know about that. Can't break this. I can't. I wish I could have somebody else by me to play with, you know, to have that kind of back and forth like Aaron and Danny have. You know, I would love to have that. Even if it wasn't to that same extreme, just have someone to play with would be nice. Well, like I said, my friends are always busy and they're always, you know, some kind of excuse. Yeah, and I know I probably just not gonna being a dick, but you know, the few friends I used to play with, I used to, you know, and I still regard them as friends, but to me, a friend is someone I talk to and I hang out with, and we kind of regularly meet up. You know, and I don't really consider those friends. It's more of a fair weather friend. So me and my one friend, Richard, who has his own channel, we used to play RE5 a lot. Like a lot. We got pretty good at it. I was really kind of new to the Resident Evil series. Like I played like 1 and 2 and 3, but I never really was good at them. I enjoyed playing because I enjoyed fighting the zombies, but never really was good at them. So we started playing 5. Of course, I was rusty, but I eventually got better and better at it, and got to the point where I could like taunt the enemies and not worry about dying. But as time went on, you know, he moved on and we stopped playing. And I made a few friends here and there. We would play for a while, and then they would just get busy with their lives, and we would never talk once in a while. You know, I would meet up with them. You know, like one guy works at Walmart, and he's like, "Oh, hey, let's play." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure." When? You would go this weekend, and I would, you know, I wait. And nothing would happen. You know, I understand people have lives, and you can't drop everything for one person. I understand that. But at the same time, when it happens repeatedly, it gets a little weird. Because it feels like you don't want to be there with that person. You know, as much as I want to have a friend to play with, I'm like perfectly fine being by myself. But that sounds, yeah, normal. And I'm not saying all this for you to feel sorry for me, or you'd be like, "Oh, I'll be your friend." I'm not trying to do that. It's just, you know, I'm just kind of talking, really. Everybody's life's different. Everybody lives a different way and has different things they hold to their heart and what they deem true and necessary. You know, you can't take that away from them, because that's not fair and that's not right. You know, what you hold dear to yourself, what you deem right and wrong, that's how you see it. And you can't. You can try, but it's not right to force your ideals and your way of seeing things on someone else. Because how you see things and how you see the world and everything, that is not how they would see it. Like obviously I have trust issues. I've had a weird upbringing with family, and my mother and father getting divorced, and a hard time finding, you know, lifelong friends who don't turn around and stab me in the back. So yeah, I have trust issues. And somebody would come along and be like, "Well, don't have trust issues, don't worry about that." And it's like, it's not that simple. I wish it was that simple to just not worry about it. And you can't just take all that emotional baggage and just toss it aside like it never happened, you know? So yeah, I do take things personally when somebody I regard as a friend, somehow I see it, they try to purposely hurt me. And again, you know, it's like, "Oh, well, that's not what happened. That's not the way it went down." Well, that's how I see it. This is how I live my life, and what has happened to me. This is how I perceive things. There's one thing I don't think it's really ever touched on, like, I'm just trying to think where to word this. So, like, people don't understand. Some people don't understand. There are different ways to see things. You know, it's never just your way. You know, how you perceive the world, how you see things is all based on how you were raised, again, what you believe to be right and wrong. And that's how you view your world. And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't see past that. They're like, well, if I deem this to be right, then it must be right. But that's what you deem right. Let's say, for example, okay, somebody hits you, okay, somebody punches you in the arm, let's say. Some of you would be like, well, I would hit him back. Some of you would be like, well, I would ignore it. And some of you would be like, well, I'm going to get revenge. Some of you probably have something I haven't thought of. But that's what it boils down to. It's never just A to B. It's A to Q, you know? It's like there's never just a one answer. And there's so many people who don't see there's multiple answers to the question. And personally, that drives me nuts. Yeah, it's like the old saying, there's more ways to skin a cat. No, it's a horrible saying. But it's true, you know, there's multiple ways to a solution. It's never just the way you see it. And a lot of people don't understand that. They can't see past that. I don't know why. I mean, it comes down to how they were raised. You know, what would they believe is right and wrong? You know? Maybe I think everyone should be open-minded and think more clearly. But that's the way I think. Well, some people are like, well, I don't want to be open-minded because that means I might get hurt. That would mean that, you know, I'm putting myself out there. You know, however they perceive it, you know. It's just, it's funny when you think about it. It really is. There's always another way to look at a problem. There's never just one solution. You know, and I know it may seem like it. It's like, okay, you have a fire. Okay, you put it out. Like you have a, you know, like you have a book and you're reading near a fire or a campfire and it fell in. Well, then your instinct would be to only with that, it's like kind of up in the air. Like it's kind of the same thing. You go read a book by a campfire and the book accidentally falls in. What do? Do you let it burn? Do you try and fish it out? Or, you know, do you try to put the fire out? And it's like, you know, the answer you give is, I mean, people may give identical answers, but somebody's going to have an answer that is either be really like, what the heck, or it's going to be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. You know, someone might say, well, I would get a stick and knock the book out of the fire. You know, someone might say, oh, I will pee on it and put the fire out, you know. And yeah, there's a dumb answer or the, you know, joke answer, but still, like, and it's a funny thing, you know, it really is. Like, the whole concept of good and evil is forfeit, you know, because good and evil doesn't really exist, and we think it does. But it only exists, again, on what we believe we know. We deem people bad that, like these guys here, people that want to kill others just for the heck of it. that to us is bad. And most people be like, well, yeah, that's bad, but that's bad deemed by how you were brought up. Where someone else would be like, that's fine, and that's what's wrong, or what's the problem. And that person would be deemed wrong by viewing hurting innocence, you know. And again, that ties into a whole other thing of like, how do you deem innocence? Because what's innocent to you isn't, oh God. Isn't always, right. You know, and personally, I obviously can tell I'm a very philosophical person. I like posing questions that people won't think of. Not to make a question to stump you and be like, well, I'm superior because I thought of something that you didn't think of. No, not. Just to put out a different way of thinking. That's it. There's always another way to see something. There always is another view of a problem. Yeah, as I said before, I don't have friends. Well, there's a reason I don't have friends. I want to assume that people don't like me, you know. Maybe it's something else. Maybe, you know, maybe they don't like my voice. Maybe they find me all annoying. Maybe they all find, you know, something about me that's the same trait. But I can't see past it because how I view myself perfectly fine. You know, it's hard to find fault with yourself when you don't know what that fault is. Now, not to say that if someone points out a fault with me, I'd be like, okay, I never saw it that way. Yeah. Like, I had a problem with fixing a problem with me that someone points out was something stupid. And again, what's stupid, you know, it just goes on forever, you know, there's never an end to it. You know, someone's complaining that, well, you never change your socks, you know, more than once a day, and someone could be like, well, I don't care about that, you change your socks once a week, you know, and it's just, what's right and what's wrong? What was that about? You know, as far as I'm concerned, good and evil don't really exist. They only exist in the constructs of what we've made for ourselves in this world. Like I said, most people would deem this to be evil, this to be wrong. But this is only wrong based on what we know about the people and how they act. Most people will not do this. Most people would not go out and kill one another just for the hell of it. That would be deemed wrong. That would be deemed evil. But it's only deemed wrong and evil by what we know about to be wrong and evil. Like, are you following me? You know, you see where I'm coming from with this? You know, again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm right and you're wrong. It's not at all what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to open your way of thinking to other possibilities. There's some people are closed-minded. They don't ever see a problem beyond what it is or what it isn't. A lot of times, and again, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but a lot of times I will see things in a way no one else does. And I'm not always right, but I'm not always wrong either. I'm usually more right than wrong. I mean, it's just a coincidence. I'm not saying, well, I'm instantly right because everything I've said is right. I'm not trying to make that point at all. It's just there is different ways of looking at things. And people immediately call me wrong because they can't see it in another way. Gosh darn, I am just coated in crimson. I mean, who doesn't like being right? Nobody wants to be wrong all the time. And so that's why, being right or wrong isn't overly important. I don't know. It's kind of a mixed message right there. We all like being right. No one wants to be wrong. But as I said before, what's deemed right and wrong? We deem what's right based on what everyone deems is correct. So if everyone thinks jumping off a bridge is a grand idea, then I guess that's the right answer. But that doesn't make any sense either. But then it's like, well, jumping off a bridge would hurt or kill me. So how's that the right answer? But if everyone agrees with it, well, then it must be right. It never really ends, Ow. Stop. And I think in some ways it's all, people need to expand how they think. And I'm trying to say change who you are. I'm just saying to open your mind to other possibilities. There's always different ways to see something. There's always different ways to see a solution. A problem is only a problem if you let it be a problem. And it's easier said than done, but not everything is an issue. Not everything is a problem. Ow. Oh well. That's enough philosophical talk for now. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I will see you guys later tonight. So I'm doing our stream around 8 o'clock. We'll be getting back into crap. What's it called? Indivisible. That's the word. So yeah. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.